Now, what exactly this DOCOMO stands for? Do communication through mobile. What are the benefits of joint venture? What exactly joint venture does? That is called access to new market and distribution network. One of the company will be benefited with the technology. Innovation is something which the customer always want. LCP is what we called as low cost production. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Business Studies in Vidyashram Pure College, the Temple of Excellence. Now in this session we're going to learn about a very important topic, that is your joint venture. What exactly it is? It's all about joint venture. I told you in the last session few of the examples of joint venture like Maruti Suzuki, right? TVS Clayton, TVS Samurai. Now all these things were the joint venture. Again, I'll tell you some more examples of joint venture. Like we had a joint venture with two of the company called Hero Honda. If you ask your parents will tell you that yes, they had purchased Hero Honda when there was a joint venture. Now the Hero Honda is not a joint venture. They have actually come separate because joint venture is a temporary contract, a temporary commitment saying that the objective should be met. After that they'll actually get separated. Joint venture, I'll tell you, it is a temporary contract. And here what exactly this joint venture is, that means jointly they are venturing into a business. Now venture means business. Now jointly they are running a business, we call it as joint venture. Don't get confused with partnership and joint venture. Partnership, when you go, it is a partnership firm where the Partnership Act of 1932 is actually strict. But when you go with joint venture, it is all about the same company, that is 1956 Companies Act and 2013 Companies Act. Now what exactly joint venture is? There are two business party who will actually come together. They'll have an objective, they'll have MOU. What is it? MOU, that means Memorandum of Understanding. Now they'll have MOU and they'll go with their member of committee will be there. They'll come together, they'll sit, they'll discuss what to be done, what not to be done. They'll come to one conclusion and then they'll join their hands and they'll start the business. We call that as joint venture. I told you joint venture is a temporary contract. Now you are supposed to know it is not for like once you do a joint venture, it is not for permanent, it is only a temporary. Whenever they want, they can actually exit from the contract. Now why is that they do? You will get to know that the reason being there are two parties, right? Let's go with this, right? Now there are two business firms. When both of them they actually meet and they'll get to know what exactly it is, they go with few of the things, that is resources. Now they'll have capital. Say he will have a capital and even he will have his own capital. Now when both of them they actually come together, now there is an increase in capital. That means the market will absorb two gigantic company coming together. So what will happen is they'll have a huge business. That is what the thing joint venture does. Here, business organization, if it is so desired, can join hands. What is it? They can join hands with another business organization for mutual benefit. See, whatever they do, you need to understand in a business, there is something what is involved. What is that? That is money and the time. Now, these things are involved in a business. Now, when they feel that they can earn more money in limited time, they go with all these ventures. That is what the business mutual benefit is all about. Now the mutual benefit is not just money or time, it is also something called technology, right? What is it? Technology. That means they will share technology. They'll share technology when they go with the joint venture. Example, I told you that we had companies like Tata DOCOMO, right? In my last video, if you understand the Tata Docomo relationship. Now what exactly this Docomo stands for? Do communication through mobile, that is called as DOCOMO. Now Tata is an Indian company, right? Indian company, and Docomo is Japanese company. Now both of them, they came to a joint venture. Now the money and the time was a combination, plus they had something called technology. They started to share technology. Docomo shared their technology to Tata. We call that as technical know-how. What is it? Technical know-how. So to know the technical know-how, also there are few of the companies who go for a joint venture. Now these two organizations may be private. Who can actually come? Private, government owned, or foreign companies. Anybody can come and they can have a joint venture, but the thing should be what? The business should be legal. The business should be what? Legal. This is what joint venture is all about. Moving on, we have the benefits. Now benefits of joint venture. What are the benefits of joint venture? What exactly joint venture does for the industry as well as for the market? Now here we have two examples where I'll be giving you, that is, one is we have company A and company B. Now company A have their own resources and they go with their own manufacturing things, and B has something called services. Now A manufactures and B provides service. Now understand this. When the manufacturers are with the service people, now what happens is, it is always what? It's a joint venture. Mutually they have agreed for their own terms and conditions. Now whatever happens here is, understand, whatever A will manufacture, B is providing the service. That means A will only concentrate on manufacturing and B will only concentrate on services. Now what happens is, they have resources, B also have resources. That means they'll have huge resources. That is what it is. That is called increased resources and capacity. Now their capacity is what? To the optimum. The next one is access to new market. Now understand, company A will have more customers, right? Now they have customers. Again, B will also have their own customers. Now what happens is, B customers who used to take product from some other manufacturer, now B will actually tell them to take the product from A, because it is again a joint venture. Now people who are here, now they'll take services. That is the advantage of company B. Now that means what? You have increased resources, plus you have what? Access to a new market and distribution network. So you will have more customers here. So it is always, there is a saying that one is better than two or two is better than one. So people usually go with what? Two is always better than one. That is what it is here. Now access to technology. Now whatever A had a drawback, that is they were only manufacturing but they did not have proper services, now they can take advantage of the technology. That is called as access to technology. Innovation. Now while making a new product, now B can also give their views and their opinions about how to create a product, how to make a product, how to brand a product. Now innovation is also involved here. Now low cost of production. I'll tell you low cost of production, how it happens is, when company A is manufacturing only, right? They're only manufacturing, so they'll not invest their huge amount in services, but B will actually do it. So that means A is saving money. When they are saving money, what is it? So all the productions, whatever they're gonna go for it, they'll calculate properly and they'll actually minimize the total cost. When they minimize the total cost, what will happen? The more they get profit, so that is what the advantage will happen here. The last one is established brand name. Now established brand name, I'll tell you here what exactly it is. Now we had a telecommunication called Vodafone, we had something called Idea. Okay, now what is it? Vodafone also had customers, Idea also had customer. Because of a cutthroat competition with Jio, Airtel, Vodafone and Idea, they actually went to a contract and they went with a joint venture. So now the thing is what? Vodafone, Idea. Now understand, this is what? Again, established a brand name. So we have a brand name called VI. So these are the benefits. Let's see one by one what are the benefits of joint venture. The first one here is increased resources and capacity. Yes, very true. The capacity will be increased. Now joining hands with another or teaming up adds to existing resources and capacity. What is that? Existing resources and capacity, enabling the joint venture company to grow and expand more quickly. See, you need to know that in any business, if you need to quickly move, that means you should have huge finance as well as you should have a huge background. So that means the market should be concentrated when you go and enter into any business, or else what happens is your competitor will come and they're gonna stamp on you. That is why many of the small companies, what they do is, when they cannot give competition to a big company, it's a small company, A is a small company, we have B here, B is a big company. Now what happens is, here we have a small company, okay, and B is a big company, okay. Now what happens, a new market is created where there is a company called C. Now C is also a small company, small company. Now because B is a big company, they will always have advantage over A and C. Now just understand the trick here. If A and right B, A and C, if they combine together, that means they come to a joint venture. Now what happens is, now whatever they had, it will be here. Now A is here. Now this A has gone, now it is a joint venture. It's a joint venture. Understand this. Now what will happen, the way B had advantage of A and C, now B will not have the same advantage, because now A and C are in the joint venture. The minute they are there, now B will have a problem, because always I told you that one is better or two is better, you go with it. Two is always better than one. So they'll have what? More efficient, more resources, more finance. Now they can withstand the competition than what they can withstand when they were all alone. That is why most of the companies here, they go for a joint venture. Now please understand here what exactly it is. Joining hands with another or teaming up. Now it is like joining hands as well as it is teaming up, adds to existing resources and capacity, enabling the joint venture company to grow and expand. Now they'll have what? They'll grow as well as they'll expand. Now what happens here is, I'll tell you one more kind of a thing. One is Amazon. Now you all know Amazon very well. Now Amazon, once they were so much into the business that nobody actually were the competitor for Amazon. Later in India, there was a company which was started called Flipkart, right? Flipkart. Now Flipkart initially was a very small company where they used to just sell the books or few of the products. Later what happened, Flipkart slowly they increased their sale. Amazon never thought that Flipkart can be the competition for them. Now Amazon used to go with their own concept. Now understand, there was one more company called Walmart. Walmart. Now Walmart is a very gigantic company. Now Walmart, they wanted to bring Amazon down. So how is that they can bring Amazon down? You need to understand. They wanted to take Flipkart as their friendly partners and they want to start some called joint venture. Now Flipkart, they teamed up with Walmart, and later what happened, the selling as well as the services of Amazon started to come down, and Flipkart and Walmart, their sales were increasing. Now what exactly it is? It is all about what? More quickly. See, the Flipkart, which was a very small company, they became a gigantic company after they joined Walmart as a joint venture. Now what has happened is, Walmart has taken over Flipkart. Now Amazon has a huge competition with Walmart, Flipkart. So these are the things which you are supposed to No. The next one here we have the next benefit, that is called access to new market and distribution network. Now there is a new market. See here, I told you one of the example was Flipkart. Okay. Now Flipkart, they were only concentrating within India, right? The minute Walmart came, now Walmart has taken over Flipkart. Now Walmart, a company which used to take care only of USA and other European thing, now they are into considering what? They are even concentrating on India. So what exactly it is? Only through joint venture all these things happen. When foreign companies, what is it? Foreign company. Please understand, Walmart is a foreign company. Walmart, when foreign companies form joint venture companies in India, they gain access to the vast Indian market. See what exactly happened to Walmart. Walmart, they came as a joint venture with Flipkart. Later they took Flipkart itself. So that means they purchased Flipkart. Now what is it? Whoever were the Flipkart customers, now they are what? Directly, indirectly, they are the customer of Walmart. So this is what happens in the joint venture. A foreign company who couldn't come to the Indian market for so many other reasons, through this channel of joint venturing, what happens is they can come to the Indian market, and when they come to the Indian market, now understand 135, that is 135 crore, okay, 135 crore population. So what else they need? That is the reason many of the people who are investing in India is only because of the mass population as well as the customer buying capacity. India, though it is a developing country, I always say it is a developing country, right? But still what happens? The potentiality is too much. If you compare China, India, US, Europe, any of the countries, right, the potentiality of buying more imported products, that is in India. So we import more and we export less. That's actually a very bad situation in India. But still what happens is the foreigners, they actually think this is what the target customers and the target market is, and that's why they come for a joint venture with a Indian company so that they can access to the vast Indian market. The next one is access to technology. The minute I say technology, understand one of the company will be benefited with the technology what the other company have. Example, I'll tell you. Whenever you go with joint venture, you need to have something called objective, right? Objective. Now your objective can be what? Money or money's worth. Money or money's worth. Okay, money or money's worth. When you go with your money, what happens is it is always a short term. It is always what? A short term profit. But when you go with money's worth, that is you will learn from them. That is how it is. See, we had many companies which were in joint venture, though there was a loss, but still the company used to bear the losses only to learn the technology, how exactly they go for it. Now Maruti, a company of India, Maruti, okay, Maruti. Now this Maruti, though the Haryana government and the Gandhi family, in the sense Rajiv Gandhi and Sanjay Gandhi, they wanted to start this Maruti. What happened was in the early 80s and the late 90s, Maruti actually came very down. That means the share value, you can say, or the value of the company, it started to come down. The reason was what? They did not know the technology. So they approach few of the other companies which can help them with the technology, but none in India. They wanted to go with a venture with Maruti. So then they got one of the clients asking that there is a company called Suzuki. Now Suzuki can actually come to India and they can help you people with the technology. That is when Maruti actually brought Suzuki. Now Suzuki, what happened? They started to give them the technology. Now what happened? Maruti, Suzuki. Now understand, all these things are what? It's a joint venture. Now Maruti, which was very down, the production was really not good, all those things were all flop. Because of the venture with Suzuki, what happened? Now the prices of Maruti, it's a boom. It's huge actually. So these things you are supposed to understand. What exactly it is? Technology is a major factor here. Please understand. What is the major factor? Technology is a major factor for most business to enter into joint ventures. Technology also adds to efficiency. Now, when Maruti used to manufacture cars, hardly 3 to 4 people used to go and purchase. Now, understand the capacity. In within 1 hour, more than 4,000 to 5,000 people they actually buy Maruti Suzuki cars. Now, that is what their technology helped Maruti Suzuki to grow up. Technology also adds to what? Efficiency. Now in India what happens is many of the middle class family and people who are below middle class family, when they have the potentiality of to buy a car, the first preference is what? They go with Maruti. The reason is what? Efficiency, fuel, mileage, the body parts or whatever it is, they go with what? That is the technology and the efficiency is good in Maruti is what? They go with their sense. Now here an effectiveness thus leading to reduction in cost. And I'll tell you, if you compare with any of the other company, Maruti Suzuki products are really cheaper than other company. The reason is what? They go with huge production. When they go with huge production, the total cost will come down. See, whenever you go with huge production, how is that you will go with huge production? Only when you will have huge sales, you will go with huge production. When you go with huge production, the total cost to manufacture, total cost, that will be reduced. When it will be reduced, what will happen is, that is what? Technology is good, so your total cost will be reduced. The minute your total cost is reduced, you will only play with your profit. That is the reason many of them they go with joint venture. Next is innovation. Now understand all the joint venture which I gave you an example. Now we will go with the innovation. Now innovation is something which the customer always want. Who is the person who wants innovation? That is the customers, right? Now without innovation, if you start giving the same product to the customer, now the customer don't want to purchase that. Many of the joint ventures happen only because of the innovation. If they lack in innovation, then what will happen is customer will go from their brand loyalty to some other company. That is what happened even in Nokia, a company called Nokia. Please understand, Nokia is a company from Finland. Which is a place? The place is Finland. Okay, Finland. And when Nokia was launched in Finland, many of the people they thought that it is a very small company and it will not grow. But what happened within 4 years is it became a gigantic multinational company. Nokia, when they started to sell their basic cell phones, they thought that customers will not buy, so they minimized their production. After 1 year itself, they got 15 times more than what they were producing. That means the orders they got is what? 15 times more they got. When they got 15 times more, even then they were like in a dilemma, should we produce it or should we not produce it? Later there was a time when they used to get orders which was 50 times more. Now see the comparison here, 50 times more. So whenever they go with innovation, now understand the joint venture between Nokia and Microsoft. Now Nokia went with a joint venture with Microsoft. The minute it went with Microsoft, the Nokia mobile, which used to have a different system, it introduced Windows. When they introduced Windows, many people they wanted to buy Nokia because of Windows being introduced. But here what happened, it was not user friendly. See here, though innovation was there, the innovation became adverse here. But when you compare the other Korean companies like Samsung, now Samsung is a Korean company, they went with Android in their system. Now it clicked. That is what the innovation is all about. Now innovation, that doesn't mean that something creating new. That means what is that customer wants, you are supposed to create. That is what the innovation is. Especially foreign partners can come up with innovative products because of new ideas and technology that will actually encourage the customer to buy more products of the company. That's the main reason why any business entrepreneurs, business tycoons, they go with a joint venture, because they want the customers to come and buy the product. Forget about Nokia, forget about all those examples. Now if you want to start a joint venture with anybody, why is that you will actually go and join? That means only when there is a profit, there is a benefit, there is something which gonna happen in the market, only then you will go and you will do the joint venture. This is what the same thing here is. Next one we have is low cost of production. We call that as, see, it's a LCP is what we called as low cost production. How to reduce the cost price? Understand the simple technique here. The simple technique is total cost plus profit, right, is equal to selling price. Selling price means for 1 unit. I'm just giving you an example for 1 unit. Now total cost, say it is to manufacture, to go with something like a book, is 20 rupees, okay, and you are selling it for 25 rupees. Now that means what is your profit? Your profit is 5 rupees. Now to maximize the profit, you cannot go with 30 rupees as a selling price. The minute you go with 30 rupees as a selling price, the customer, now they'll have a problem saying that the cost or the selling price was less, now why is it more? So they'll always go for some other product. When they go for some other product, what happens is you're losing your customer. When you lose your customer, the demand is coming down. So what is that you should do is, you should only play with this. That means total cost. Only through scientific technology, scientific approach, scientific calculation, what happens is the total cost can be reduced. Now understand, you need to keep 25 rupees as same, but you need to actually reduce the total cost. Now understand, from your first standard till now, that 1 rupee bubble gum is still 1 rupee, but still how is that they are making money? Understand the concept here. When I was very small, I used to go with 1 rupee, I used to get 1 rupee bubble gum. Now even now that bubble gum is 1 rupee. That means the selling price has not changed, but still the company is making profit. How? The company is making profit through reducing the cost price. So what is it? When international corporation invest in India, they benefit immensely due to the lower cost of production. How? They are able to get quality products. Understand this, quality products for their global requirement. Understand here, 1 rupee of the bubble gum, if they get the resources very cheap, right, in India, now what will happen? The total cost will definitely reduce. So that is what their aim is. That means the raw material or the cheap labor or the technology or the warehousing, the transportation, everything is actually what it counts. So the foreign company will actually make a joint venture with the Indian company to get benefit of all those things, so that they can produce the material with a low cost. Now understand, if they go with this, 15 rupees is what the total cost is. Now they are going with the same. Now how much is the profit? The profit is 10 rupees. So this is what the thing will happen when they go with joint venture. So here what has happened, that 5 rupees, how is that they have reduced? That is through coming for a joint venture, so that they can enjoy all the benefit or requirement, that is global requirements, whatever they want. That is through what? Due to the lower cost of production. Next we have established brand name. What is it? Established brand name. Now we have both the companies here. Both the companies are established and their brand name is very good. Now V for Vodafone and I for Idea. Now what exactly happened with now? That is VI. Now what has happened? The customer of Vodafone, the customer of Idea, they all serve under the same roof. So this is what has established brand name. When two businesses enter into a joint venture, one of the parties benefit from the other goodwill. So here Vodafone or Idea, it's up to them, right? Goodwill, which has already been established in the market. So that is what will happen. Now we had so many examples, like we had Tata and Docomo. Now the minute they went with this joint venture, I'll tell you, so many people, they started to enjoy this. The reason is what? The brand value of Tata and the brand value of Docomo, that led to what? More people actually using the 4G or the 3G here. Now 3G was first introduced by Tata and later it went to the 4G after the venture was all done. So these are what? The established brand names. So because the both the parties who are established, if they come together, what will happen is they'll have more sales. That is what the joint venture benefits are. If you have any doubt, any kind of things, you can actually call us, messages. Vidyashram is only for you. Thank you so much. Till then, I'll see you when I see you.